In this video, I'll explain how you can use your Artreach member portal to request tickets for upcoming theater and performing arts events. So the page that is on screen right now is the home page of your membership portal. And if you haven't already created a login, or if this looks generally unfamiliar to you, you can reference my previous video about how to set up your login for your portal, and you can follow the steps in that video to get to this page. So once you're here, your main point to do basically anything in the membership portal will be up here in the upper right-hand corner in this drop-down box that says, "What would you like to do?" So today we want to look at different theater and performing arts events and how to reserve tickets. So we're going to click on this drop-down menu and go to Upcoming Events. And that will bring you to our events calendar. Now in this calendar, you can filter by category. So just to make sure that we're only getting live performing arts, we're going to click Theater and Live Events and click Search. And here you can just see a list of all of the different performances that we have upcoming. This list will be updated regularly as we receive more tickets from different theaters. And you can just read a bit about where the performances are taking place, how much tickets are, the date and time, as well as a summary of each performance. So for example, let's say we'd like to attend this Philly Pops concert coming up in February, and we'd like to register. So we can click this pink button that says register below the event summary. And that will just bring you to a recap of all of the event information, including the date and time, the price per person, the address and venue name of where this performance will take place, since some different companies use different various venues, so you always want to double check that it's at the theater that you think it's going to be at. And here you can enter the number of attendees. So let's say, for example, I have a group of 4 going to this concert. I'll enter that number. And if anyone in your group requires an accessible accommodation, such as a wheelchair accessible seat, captions, audio description, ASL, anything that we may be able to work with the theaters to provide, let us know in detail, and we'll communicate that to them. Then further down on this page, you'll just need to acknowledge that you are aware that proof of vaccination and or masking may be required to attend this event. The rules are changing for all of the different theaters all of the time in the city and outside of the city as well. So we highly recommend always double checking on the theater's website directly to make sure that you're following the most up-to-date policy. So you won't be able to continue until you select this box, and then you can click Continue. Now this page is completely optional, and it's important to know that. This page will list members or employees of your organization that we have on record in our system. So it's just to make things easier. So if you know that a particular staff member, for example, me, is going to be attending this event, you can just check them off to save yourself some typing. But you absolutely do not have to click on any of these if it's not relevant. You can also contact me directly if you need to update the staff members at your organization as well, and I'm happy to do that for you. So you can skip to the next page. And this is a similar page where we will ask for attendee information. There will be fields for as many people as are coming on the trip, but you really only need to worry about attendee 1, which is the very first field, asking for the first name and the last name. And this will be the name that we will hold your tickets under at will call. So for example, let's say I can't go on this trip, but my trip leader's name is John Doe. I'm going to put his name in the attendee 1 field. And that way, when John gets to the box office, the tickets will be held under his name for your whole group. So I've filled out the attendee 1 page, and I can just scroll down and click continue. And this page is just a summary of everything that I've already gone over. So again, date, time, this is the event that I'm registering for, how many people, and the total due. If I know that there was another event that I wanted to go back and add, I could click register for another event, and this will all be saved in my cart, and I could just get them all done at once rather than individually registering for different events. But for now, I just want to do this Philly Pops concert, so I'm going to click complete registration. And now you're brought to the payment page. So if your organization does typically pay with a credit card, you can feel free to go ahead and put in that card information on this page. But it's more likely that perhaps your organization sends checks, which is perfectly fine. If that is the case, you can click the Pay Later option, which is right at the top here. And this will give you a summary of the amount due, the address where you should mail your check, and you'll just need to acknowledge that you have selected the Pay Later option and that you will send a check to Outreach. And what will happen is you'll then receive a confirmation email that serves a few different purposes. So you'll receive a confirmation email confirming that your registration is complete. It will remind you of the performance, date, time, number of people, and it will also tell you the total due. So this confirmation email will actually double as your invoice for this performance. So if you do need to send an invoice to your finance department or someone else in your organization that handles checks, you can just forward them that email that states the balance due and the address where a check should be mailed, and that will serve as your invoice. But that is pretty much the process of how you would reserve tickets. Something to note is that if a performance is sold out, you can still register in most cases, and you'll just get an email telling you if tickets aren't available, but you have been added to the wait list. And that way, if someone else needs to cancel at the last minute or needs to, return some tickets to us, we'll have that wait list and we'll be able to reach out to you if tickets do become available, especially for more popular events.